Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So a lot of you guys have been snapping me and sending me message requests for videos, and a lot of the ones that I get are baby essentials. So if you don't know already, I actually have a newborn essentials, so that goes from like 0 to 3 months, and I will link that video somewhere here along with down below. And I also have a 3 to 6 month baby essentials, and you guys know I'm a first time new mom, so I have definitely purchased a lot of things that I don't need. So everything in these videos that I show you guys are things that I actually use on a daily or a weekly basis. So for this video, it's going to be baby essentials for 6 to 9 month old babies. Now that Annabelle is 7 months, I believe she's not going to be 8 months yet, but almost. Time seriously flies. But I wanted to make this video because there are a few new things that we've been using that I feel like are lifesavers when it comes to babies around this age. So things as far as like her favorite toys, because let's be honest, babies, at least this is my baby, she does not like hardly any of her toys, and there are a few favorites that I would highly recommend you getting if you were to purchase any toys for your baby. Also like baby carriers and things that help them with teething and stuff like that. So yeah, let's go ahead and get on to the essentials. So the very first baby essential I wanted to mention is sunscreen, and pretty much most pediatricians recommend that you start putting sunscreen on your baby when they turn 6 months old. So I was kind of confused as to like which sunscreen I would put on Annabelle, because I didn't want to put anything that was like gonna be toxic for her skin, and I rarely put on any lotion. I know some people, actually a lot of moms, like lather their babies in baby lotion every single day as part of their nighttime routine, or they use diaper rash cream and stuff, and I just will never forget when I went to the hospital to deliver Annabelle, the nurse kind of said that it's not necessary unless your baby battles with like eczema or if it has like dry skin. But if you guys know Doug and I don't know if it's like a genetic thing that Annabelle has, but we both are super oily people. Like I'm already getting like really oily right now, and she just does not have dry skin, so I don't put any lotion on her hardly ever, and she hasn't had like a diaper rash since she's been born, so I haven't had to put anything on her, so I don't really include that in my essentials. But one thing I do put on her is sunscreen, and if you guys do watch my vlogs, you'll know we went to Tennessee, we went to Charleston, and we traveled to the South a lot this summer, so we definitely needed something that was going to protect her skin. And I kind of mentioned this one on Instagram, but this is Baby Organics mineral based sunscreen, and apparently it goes up to SPF 50. But the reason I got this one was because obviously my doctor recommended, and I kind of take her word for pretty much everything because I trust her, but I like it because it's tear free. So if for some reason you accidentally get in your baby's eyes, or like the sweat, not that your baby should be sweating that much, but if the sweat drips down from her forehead that has sunscreen on it, it's not going to make her like cry or tear up or irritate her eyes. And it's also free of like fragrance and parabens and all the bad stuff that you don't want to put on your baby. And I just realized it's a natural seed oil blend. So we really like this stuff, and we've used it about 5 or 6 times, and her skin seems to take to it. So yeah, I would recommend this if you guys are going out in the sun. The other thing that Annabelle has seriously been obsessed with are these silicone teethers. We actually got these from Target, and I will go ahead and link below everything I'm talking about, but I got sent a lot of different teethers, like from PR companies and also for my baby shower, and most of them are like the mesh kind, and I would not recommend you guys getting the mesh teethers, because when you put certain fruits in them, they're almost impossible to clean, and I've actually had to throw out like 2 teethers because I put like banana, like frozen banana in them, and then once it melted, like you could not get it out of like the mesh part. So I will insert a picture of like what I'm talking about to avoid, and if you guys have any tips on how to clean those, let me know in the comments, because maybe there's a way to clean them. I threw all mine out because I was like not about to deal with it. But I like these because they're silicone. As you can tell, they're like really squishy, and you just pop this thing down and you take off this, so you can easily clean this. You can put it like in your dishwasher, and what I like to do is actually put frozen fruit inside, frozen fruit or vegetable. So we put like frozen mango, peaches, pears, you know, like any kind of fruit, apple, banana, and you just pop it on the top, and you slide this thing up, and the fruit goes nowhere. It just like leaks out of these little holes right here, and she loves this thing. She could gnaw on this thing for like 30 minutes. So yeah, I would highly recommend getting these things. The other thing, I don't know, for whatever reason, I did not think about getting Annabelle until recently, is like a pool towel or like a more sturdy bath towel. And this one I specifically use for like the pool or the ocean or, you know, the beach when we go, just because it's so durable. Sometimes I like to use it for the bath as well, but I got this one from Amazon, and it's from a brand called H. McCurry. It's super cute. It has like, I love the towels that have like a little part for their head because it just keeps their head super warm even though it's so hot in LA right now. It's actually a bamboo towel. It's 100% organic. It's obviously like a unisex baby towel, and it's seriously the softest baby towel we own. It's amazing, and it's also like hypoallergenic and eco-friendly. So yeah, I will go ahead and link this one below. You can get it on Amazon Prime, and it's a really good price. So yeah, having like a specific towel if you go to the pool or the beach isn't something I actually thought about. Obviously, you don't think about that when they're super little, but it is nice because a lot of the towels we have, they're just like really flimsy, and I don't feel like they're gonna hold up when we go to the beach and things like that. So yeah, I would highly recommend checking this one out. The other thing I wanted to mention is that we still like our carrier, and I have two carriers. The first one I have is like a wrap for like smaller babies, and now that Annabelle is like, I think she's almost 18 pounds, she's way too big for that wrap. So I don't know, I'm not like a pro at wrapping. I know some moms are, and I know there's like YouTube videos on how to wrap your baby, but I just felt more comfortable wrapping her as like an infant rather than I did like wrapping her as a big huge baby. Not to mention, I feel like she doesn't like to be confined in a baby wrap even if she is facing forward. So I still want to mention that I do like my Baby Dush baby carrier. It's this one. I always get questions on it, so I will leave a link to it below. And I just wanted to update you guys because I know some of the carriers start to like wear down when your baby gets bigger and gains weight. This one has not worn down at all, and this is not sponsored at all. I got sent this baby carrier and I wasn't expecting to really use it every single day, but I end up using this thing every single day, like almost. I'm going to my parents' house later on today, and I'm bringing my baby carrier because it's honestly just so much more efficient having your baby strapped to you rather than carrying your baby on your hip. I just love it so much, and Doug likes to use it as well. I also like it because the straps are really adjustable, so if you have like a huge husband that's like 6'4" or something and it's just like a big dude, this will still work, and it doesn't just work like for smaller females. So the next thing I think is a real big essential for when your baby is trying to crawl is a Playmat that isn't gonna be like super slippery. We had one of those, like, they're just like little, I don't know what they're called. They're for newborns, but they're like little mats with like hanging things above it. And she cannot learn to crawl on that because she just like slips out. And I wanted a more sturdy Playmat, not to mention when she is going to be more active and when she is going to be crawling around, she'll need a bigger space. So I got this Playmat on Amazon, but I love this Playmat and I get so many compliments on it, even though it's a Playmat. It's so random, but it's so funny because I remember when I first like, you know, thought about having a baby like years ago, I always told myself I didn't want my house to turn into what looks like a daycare. And it's funny because obviously my house like is completely wrecked and there's like toys everywhere, mainly due to Doug and I bringing them everywhere. So obviously Annabelle's not mobile, but yeah, I didn't want like a really super colorful Playmat that just like completely took away from the home decor. And it's funny that I found one that's like cream and gray, which obviously matches our living room. So if you're looking for like a more chic looking Playmat that's not gonna scream like kids, I feel like I'm gonna get a lot of hate for saying this because one day I know I'm gonna have a house that looks like a daycare, especially when I have multiple kids. But at least for now, I'd like it to look more tidy and like more cohesive, I guess. Then this Playmat is definitely for you, and it's a lot bigger. I know you can't really tell in my living room because I have it like cut off since we don't have a big space, but there are more pieces that you can add onto it to make it a lot bigger as well. Okay, so the other thing that I feel like is a necessity when it comes to like 6 to 9 month olds is just like figuring out a way that you're going to give them food. So I know a lot of people love baby-led weaning, a lot of people prefer purees. I kind of do a combination of both. I'm not gonna lie, I am kind of scared of baby-led weaning, and I know some people say it's safer than purees because they learn to like munch with their gums, but I personally don't feel comfortable giving her like a piece of bread or like a piece of zucchini because I just like think she's gonna choke. I don't know, maybe it's just me. But anyways, if you decide to go the puree route, I would recommend getting a blender. I know a lot of people didn't like the baby bullet and I feel like it's a waste of money. So when Doug and I went to buy our blender, because we needed a new blender a few months ago, we actually ended up getting this one, which I forgot the name, so I will insert a picture of it or like a video of it up here. And we got that one because it has like a regular blender attachment, but it also has like a smaller one, and I thought that would be perfect perfect for Annabelle because we don't need like a giant blender to blend up like half of a peach or something. The other thing that Annabelle loves are her Droolies, and I mentioned these in a vlog a while ago. This is like a little corn one. It says on their website that this is a pineapple, but to me this looks like a corn. You guys can let me know what you think. But anyway, she loves these things, and we actually freeze them, and it just helps her gums. The other thing I wanted to mention that was an essential for teething is baby Tylenol. I know a lot of people use Orajel. A lot of people say not to use Orajel because they can choke on it. I have never used like anything to numb their gums, but I have used infant Tylenol on days when I feel like she really needs it. I've only used it like twice, and it has helped so much, but it kind of like, I don't know, I personally don't like to take a lot of medication, so I'm more worried to give her medication, but Tylenol is definitely a must when they are teething. Okay, so as far as Annabelle's favorite toys, I'm gonna be 100% honest with you. I could recommend you all the toys in the world, but she literally does not like baby toys. Like, let me know if this is not just my baby, but she would rather play with, obviously, not that I let her play with this, but she always like tries to go for cords, my glasses, like cups, and just things that she should not be getting into and things that are not like designated to be her toys. So we actually went to Ross and we got like a giant set of fake food. So if you guys don't know what to give your baby and they seem to hate all of the toys that are purchased for them, that I would get them like a giant thing of fake food. We just sterilize everything and then give it to her just so she can like teeth on. So when we're eating a chicken wing, she can have a chicken wing and she feels like more included, even though it's obviously not food. And she seems to love all of the fake food that we got for her. I think it's because all of the food is super hard, so she can like obviously like teeth on them, and it helps her gums. The other thing I feel like is an essential is a baby like spoon. You don't necessarily need a baby bowl because I feed her. It just depends on like what way you want to feed, but since we do mostly purees, just because I feel more comfortable that way, I just use a silicone BPA-free spoon, and I will link that one below, and she seems to love it. And as far as a sippy cup, we haven't gotten her a sippy cup yet, but we just give her water out of like a regular bottle, and she seems to like that as well. The other thing she loves is her Love to Dream Swaddle Sleep Sack, and we don't use it all the time just because it gets super hot in our apartment because we don't have air conditioning and we live by the beach. So there are some days where I don't feel comfortable putting her in it because it's so hot, but I know we're gonna use it a ton when the weather cools down because she just feels like a little more snug and her limbs can't like flail everywhere and wake her up at night. They make them for infants and they also make them for bigger babies, so I will link that below because I always get questions because it looks so funny. Doug likes to call it her little manta ray outfit, but yeah, definitely check that one out if you're looking for a lightweight sleep sack. It zips all the way up the front, and you can zip off the arms or you can keep the arms in depending on what your baby likes. I totally forgot to tell you guys about our high chair. We love this one and I always get questions. It's from Zobo and we got it from Bye Bye Baby. It has wheels on the bottom and it basically folds in half. So if you have a small apartment like we do, it's really nice because it's compact, and it also comes with a really nice harness, and the tray slides in and out too. The last thing I wanted to mention is a baby bib. So I've been wanting to get one of those silicone bibs with like the lip on the front that can catch all their food, but I just find that since right now I'm using just purees, I don't need to like run out and buy it. It's not a necessity. So if you guys are doing baby-led weaning and your baby gets food everywhere, I would recommend getting one of those silicone bibs. I'll insert a picture up here, but we haven't gotten one because I just feel like it's easy to just give her purees. And if I ever did want to just have her explore and touch food, I would probably just keep her naked and then give her a bath after. That's just what I like to do, but right now we just have a standard bib, and you can wash it off in like the washing machine or in the sink, and it's really easy to clean up that way. So that's about it for my baby essentials video for 6 to 9 months. If you guys liked it, then give it a thumbs up, and make sure to check out my other videos and subscribe to my channel if you are new, and I will see you in my next video. Bye guys!